Homemade buttermilk biscuits from scratch. Everybody loves them. Few people don't know how to make them. I mean, I've had them so hard that you almost break a tooth when you bite into them. And I've had them so delicious, it's like they just dropped right out of heaven, right into your mouth. I'm gonna show you an easy, foolproof way to make homemade buttermilk biscuits from scratch. So come on, watch out here. Don't be intimidated. If a guy like me can make some scrumptious homemade biscuits, I know you can too. First thing you need, get your favorite bowl, favorite big bowl. I got grandma's bowl here because I know it's already got love in it from years ago and it's gonna make the biscuit that much better. You're gonna start off with 2 cups of self-rising flour and dump her in that bowl of love. All right, you're gonna take a cold stick of butter and you cut it into pieces like so. You need to almost like dice up the cold butter because you gotta mix it in there with it, right? You do the whole stick like that. I've added the butter into the bowl after I cut it up into little bitty cubes, and you wanna get you what's called a pastry cutter, and you gotta get down in there like that. You wanna mix that butter in with all your flour. You wanna do little rocking motions like that, right? You wanna get in there and just work on it. Gets that butter mixed in with that flour, breaks that butter down, makes a good biscuit. I got the butter broken down all in my flour, and the next thing I'm gonna add, which may surprise you and you don't hear about it a lot, is I'm gonna add 8 ounces of sour cream, and that's 1 cup or 8 ounces. The reason being is nobody likes a dry ass biscuit, and this keeps the biscuit nice and moist. So dump that in there like so. Everybody's going, what? Sour cream in biscuits? That's right. All right, the next step is your buttermilk. You gotta make sure, because this thing will settle, right? So you gotta shake it up real good. That's key now. Shake your buttermilk up real good. You got the shaker, rattler, and roller. Come on. I'm gonna be honest with you, I hate buttermilk by itself. I can't stand it. I had somebody say, man, you gotta eat some buttermilk and cornbread. I was trying, man, every country boy gotta eat buttermilk and cornbread. I thought, that's the nastiest stuff I ever put in my mouth in my life. You get that buttermilk shaken up real well. Yeah. You want to pour you a 1/2 cup, dump it on in there. Now y'all gonna love this part. You don't have to put your hands in it. It works by you gotta stir it all in. You don't have to get in there and knead it with your hands. That's the best part I like about it. Your hands aren't gonna get all messy. You may have to add a little bit more buttermilk. You want to sit here and stir it until you incorporate all the flour and you got a nice, stiff dough. I'm allergic to biscuits, much like an alcoholic is allergic to alcohol. What do I mean by that? An alcoholic puts alcohol in his system. It sets off this allergic reaction called a craving. That's why you know a lot of people that just go to the bar, say they're gonna have 1 drink, or go to the liquor store, and just next thing you know, they're getting DUIs, they're coming out of the woods with underwear on their head, they don't know where they are. It's because that physical allergy kicks off, and it's called a phenomenon of craving. They say they're gonna have 1 drink, the drink takes them. I'm the same way with biscuits. I don't have an experience that shows me that I can eat just 1 biscuit. But my mind tells me I can. And then when I eat that biscuit, that allergic reaction kicks off and the phenomenon of craving kicks in. And I'm off to the races with the biscuits. The next thing you know, I'm sitting around looking at an empty pan of biscuits, nothing but crumbs left in it, got butter all over my face, feeling all fat, swearing I'm not gonna do it again. The dough is ready. Now you got some prep work you gotta do for your next steps. I got my oven heating up to 500 degrees. That's 500. Let that heat up. Got a biscuit cutter that I put some Crisco on the outside and the inside, and I'm gonna put some flour on that. We're gonna use a cast iron skillet to make our biscuits in, and I gotta put some grease on that. You just get in there and just grease up real good. Get some flour on my hands for this next step. Added a little more flour here because I wanted my dough to be nice and stiff. Just added just a little bit more than those 2 cups. You may not have to. I did. We're going to transfer the dough to your board. Add some flour to it so it's not going to be sticking, and you just kind of lay it out there like so. We're almost there. We're down to where we're cutting these scrumptious biscuits out of this dough here. You take your biscuit cutter, get flour on both sides of it. Just run it around in your flour like so. Get as close to the edge. Look at that. You're going to lay it in your greased pan like so. You might be saying, well, if they know they're allergic, to alcohol, why do they keep drinking it? It's a good question. It stumbles a lot of people, but the reason is that alcoholism centers in their mind. Their mind lies to them. They have all these bad experiences, just like I did. Head tells them this time you're going to be able to handle it, and here's how. It runs all these combinations about how this time they're going to be able to drink alcohol successfully. And then they buy the lie that their head's telling them, put the alcohol in their system with plans of just having one. The next thing you know, they're walking around here looking crazy. And this is what you should have right here. We got 8 biscuits. Gonna go into a 500-degree oven, and we're just gonna watch it. All right, let's see what we got. Been in there about 15, 16 minutes. Get these things out of here. That's a hot handle right there, boy, let me tell you. And there we go. Garden tomato, Duke's mayonnaise, and homemade biscuit. Listen, y'all, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We got more stuff coming out. And always remember, be good to yourselves today.